kakra
ken me da se na matches do na na beba so ene Europe na yebenya abocha hwe matches no dudu na nyame ya adoma Monday yetimi asa baba bedi ho nkomo ken ma mensha se mfem free Spain na mfem rewura Germany na mbe mu England na yentinsim wo Italy kakra Barcelona ebo Girona boboku no nansen nyoman shedan koyi mfama Barcelona menim sese oye Barcelona echiteni oye Barcelona supporter recently the performance of Barcelona enye the best et said the yenim Barcelona no results of Barcelona enya recently no enye the best et said the yenim Barcelona losing back to back against a PSG then against a Sevilla so u take Barcelona boboku na nansen nyoma enkoyi again news bi ebe free Barcelona aba recently bia no eye news a entire nkoye emfama Barcelona news ni be piaba no yes Barcelona player we pra Barcelona player we pra so clearly recently the kind of results are Barcelona enya the kind of performance and the kind of news are a free Barcelona so ye bani no oye Barcelona supporter when ni enche da enje ho so playing against Girona the only thing that Barcelona supporters ni na expecting ye say Barcelona bet me asesa nyoma normal turn things around na de serie kakra e dia Barcelona bobuku nim any supporters ni nyina Girona this season ken enye the best ayenim Girona yehu Girona e got to a time no more compete for the Spanish Premier La Liga but this season so we check Girona total performance and your general performance our La Liga so far now enko ye out of 8 games at Girona but we winning just a game. Enti akwakwa yebo oboku a se ye wini no omuntimi embo mo hu body enwini bebre we are talking about a Girona side a ometimi asha just 5 goals over the Spanish Premier La Liga conceding 17 si yebo 8 games na o sha 5 goals na o concede 17 a ade ba akopɛ aneka kire me say eyebo oboku a se o she goals no dene de ma no ana o defend no dene de man because ono a on she ana o concede a lot of goals enti se wo check Girona 8 games awabo so far na ni general performance wala liga no obeka kire ho say based on 8 games omabo no Girona a team no enye the best club enye team abeka say omo form no wosuru bebre Barcelona ekwa akohia na e wo so osuru by kin se u use Girona for 8 games ni nyina de jeje o ma obeye mistake because Girona last 3 games ontimi lose bi wetimi winning the game against Valencia wabo draw against Bilbao and wabo draw against Espanyol enti Girona for last 3 games no oma chance se omunya results omope oma chance build that confidence a ombetimi make sure so omde be Barcelona game nim so se wo ye Barcelona na wo kwa akohia Girona na wo hwe table na wo hwe bebi a Girona for da na ebetimi amwatmi amesjeje omo because obeka say omo ndayi na mum se wo check omo recent performance a utimi hu se Girona for no epeja omode mbom edeba so Girona for no be try say playing against Barcelona on be try some be frustrate Barcelona boboku no on be try some be have Barcelona for na dwen some frustrate Barcelona na pressure ba Barcelona so a no ma make sure some be take advantage by kin baby a Barcelona wo say no this is the time we so mutimi se sanioma na sade that needed confidence na saba Barcelona boboku ni mbiem enfa ho ni players omo injuries enfa ho ne ball na Barcelona ebo enfa ho ne the kind of results Barcelona enya no playing against Girona enfa ho ni players on be shase coach ni betime decide so be mama Marcus for that shase obey Yusu Rooney Badji on the right side obey Yusu Dro Fernandez on the left side obey na again say the number 10 obey Yusu Pedri na diabo na obo Frankie Dion and Marc Casado won finfin ho no irrespective of players our coach and friends Hans Flick ebe Yusu no me expect Barcelona say e game ba kwa di omu hia a pure class e wo game we mu because omu lose a lot of key players and to be here pure class ube here calmness na saying o check omu game against PSG against Sevilla sa teams ne press Barcelona bebre omu che ball no omu de rani bebre enti ya nema Barcelona ain't feel comfortable on the ball so playing against such teams are on be try some be running with the ball on be true mika bebre no uhia calmness uhia individual brilliance na we take moment enya dia Barcelona ehia e was a game we mu se Barcelona for a show pure class calmness individual brilliance e likely say Lamine Yamal mo en chassie by obema few minutes obenya no obetima sesa nyoma dia ma Barcelona boboku no Marcus Rashford our form individual brilliance players who bet master Sanyoma Eddie Barcelona no ma take your movement no ma make sure so benya the needed goals are at the Barcelona basic your 3 maximum points no and for when the Barcelona form ni na ken I still believe Barcelona against Girona met a Barcelona team ne say obe win saa game no players no do na nsi akan ebi be free bench be brain na dia ba but I still see Barcelona as the favorite e was game we mu against Girona Getafe na fie about Real Madrid one stubborn club e was Spain e Getafe e yo omo tai say ni omo pa because omo share teams akese na e yo omo person omo ya na omo say ni omo so playing against Real Madrid and for one say Getafe enye the best side enye the top side e La Liga no okosia teams akese a e yo person say ni omo keke na onso so ni din eba e news nimbi ade ba ko a Getafe e bo omo this time around da omo akwa ye team ba ko ase omo no nam nsuo nani no eye a team a omo we consistent first 11 se football unye consistent first 11 a eye nyoma mienu ana dey bro e bring familiarity and understanding because de bia no nipa omo sha ase no omo na tai e sha ase enti ase ne ba ana omo ye so a consistent first 11 advantage wo no eye familiarity and understanding Getafe e was ade ni bi players omo tai sha ase no omo na omo tai use omo sa enti omo ti omo ho ase and we are talking about a team a omo tai city deep omo bot 3 at the back no may use Diego Rico on the left wing back no may use Kiko as a right wing back sa two players no mo kwaka ho omo ye nipa 5 enti time bia no omo be try say omo bet no omo nkasa half no may invite opponent no so mo invite opponent na opponent ne ba nanim bebrea no we use Diego Rico and Kiko say omo nye a lot of crosses and fan konkoma abrante e say Mayora and Lisu because omo bok a counter attacking football so far o check La Liga ni ma teams are eba set pieces eba counter omuti di she goals pa na Getafe eka ho enia de ombe use against Real Madrid by a game back am expect Real Madrid say Madrid ebe dominate Getafe no disrespect to Getafe by baby ameni be kopan kese no the center player Real Madrid for be use because there is no Dean Housen e o game nim most likely say be Asensio and Abrante friend say Militao omo bo omo ho prepare omo ho ahead of Classico war because our two players in omo say nya enough playing time to get that understanding our the 4 and 5 rule at the moment so playing against Getafe a fine opportunity for Asensio and Militao say omo beti match omo ho ase and most especially so omo ko share Getafe side omo hear a lot of crosses and for when Real Madrid say Mbappe be sha ase say Mastantuano be sha ase because of series of knocks omunya no Real Madrid for other players omuye capable say ombetima handle Getafe bobuko no so we Barcelona free ho a team ba ko otimi kura bo ni ye o control game ni ye o pass very well La Liga na after Barcelona and Real Madrid and Getafe definitely ebe city deep no ma try so ma hit Real Madrid for on the break a game ba ko straight away meko a win for Real Madrid in a worst case say Real Madrid kra anya de no atitia pansan kra no Madrid betimi nya 1 point bi e de free Getafe e de abafie but there was Real Madrid for the show mutimi ne say omu hia sa win we after Getafe game no Madrid were 2 crucial games at Dominim playing against Juventus and against Barcelona so wutimi kwese Getafe that needed confidence but who could against Getafe who Juventus and Barcelona and the pressure be better Real Madrid bobuko so me expect a win for Real Madrid e Getafe game ni the big fixture e Germany e be ba so nyame ya domene oko Bundesliga fixture kese e wo so panete se Ghana ha kotokone has Germany e Bayern and Borussia Dortmund bobuko since 1965 Bayern and Dortmund about 137 games from 1965 from omo first game from that time basically no anytime we as our two clubs ni be shie bia no Bayern and dominate so out of 137 games Bayern winning 67 and 33 Dortmund winning and 37 about draw so a show clear say Bayern dominate team my friend say Borussia Dortmund and so we check omo games recently in Pokal Bundesliga the last 10 games are Bayern and Dortmund abono Dortmund winning just one and two clubs are Barca dominating yonko dodo and to be a coach share Bundesliga on him say oh Dortmund ne Bayern coach here the most likely say Dortmund be able lose game no was so and so we check venue na game ne beba so na ye bo game no Allianz Arena and Allianz Arena kwa venue ba kwa recently Dortmund ko ho a omo bre pay the last time at Dortmund etimi ko winning game our Allianz Arena wo Bundesliga was in 2018 since then no omo ko ho bia na eya na akwa den so betimi akọ Allianz Arena wo Bundesliga akọ hye team friend say Dortmund. So based on records, based on facts, based on statistics ni nyina no a favor team friend say Bayern. Now over be hwe mu nyina current situation, omo current performance. Say statistics ne record ni favor Bayern a. Omo current performance net saying. Yabo 6 games for Bundesliga. Bayern winning 6 out of 6, scoring 25 goals, conceding 3. And to 6 games yabo no Bundesliga, the team being who are waiting yacha Bayern. Obian ball draw against Bayern. Omo form no was through. So what's expanding in poker to all competitions are. Omo about 10 games in all competition, scoring 38 games. Yeshe season as an king. Every single game, Bayern eshe. So playing against Dortmund, anyhow omo born etieno, you most likely say ene Bayern one she go crowd bet match 2. Because omo records no performance ni nyina say omo ye team back omo share a lot of goals. And how omo team no omo team asese this season no Kimmich and Leon Goretzka and the central midfield deep area ho no omo begina ho. Na adwuma omo ye ne say Papa friend Vincent Company Emma Kimmich stay na Kimmich a connected the midfield and the forward line no aside distribution no. Now I'm Leon Goretzka I operate as a boss to boss. Now Michael Olise I operate on the right side, Wakati inside as a creative. Now Luis Diaz I operate from the left side, Obekati inside a creative. Because of Musiala only available no, or you so said Nabi as the number 10 behind a Brante friend say Hurricane. And Tiakwako Yebo Boku Akin, almost creative from left, from right, from central, every channel Biano, Bayern for 8 creative, Ekahubi, and Alco Bundesliga. Attacking metrics ni nyina no e favor Bayern bobuku no de wa hye goals kese de wa create kese why na the player hye kese e Bayern why na the player hye assist kese e Bayern so every attacking metric e favor Bayern bobuku no e most likely say ene Bayern answer goals crowd minimum of 2 goals omo ye capable so betima hye and the good thing for Bayern here say na we yes our story in Impokra Bayern this time around the rate omo concede ni wo form last season after omo first 6 games no ma concede 7. By this season, after almost first 6 games, Oma conceded just 3 goals. So playing against Dortmund, everything it shows say Bayern a favorite was a game with Dortmund. So for lose game nibi Bundesliga there. Defensively, Oma is very solid and Oma is very direct because of a Gurasi and a branch friend say Karim Adeyemi. By Ken O kind of credit at Chron. Bayern a favorite to game with mu. And what check your more recent games are a table 2 or more goals. Bayern Dortmund a table 2 or more goals. So me te put 2 or more goals, then Bayern favorite was a game with mu. Ube PM Englander. Matches I can see a baby can be a Todano a Nottingham Forest and a Chelsea. Evidence ni clear. Here a scientist. Here Professor Bimbe Control say. Nottingham Forest are last season who so moody 7th under Nuno Espirito Santo no. Yeshe season as your man kuyi. Yeshe season as no. Nottingham Forest for first game and omu win ye 3-1 against Brentford. After omu first game, Nottingham Forest akoda omu ntimi win bi. Eka hu bi and omu decide say Nuno Espirito Santo beko. No mako akofa Postecoglou susu aba. Na Postecoglou ba ye no, ono so the same old story SOS. BBS sign results ni ntimi mbaye. And Papa friend say Postecoglou na nkasa e won the press conference. Ebe to odwase solusu sa game we ya. Ye betima sakene e ma ne ka say so no olusu sa game we ya ene de ni so obi ade judge ni because oye sa coach sa obefa team a eye obi an judge ni ewieye no eye de ye otimi age trophy enti ye game back one Nottingham Forest won impressed e wo mo so and Postecoglou e wo bad record playing against Chelsea ne bad record wo playing against Chelsea ni say 4 games are Postecoglou ene Chelsea e hia ni nyina no we lusu ni nyina as a manager so Postecoglou as a coach okoshia Chelsea bia na olusu which a bad record. The same thing at the time Okwakoshia Arsenal no was a bad record playing against Arteta ni Arsenal. No lusu sa matches and pampa okoko lusu ye. So sa bad record no was playing against Chelsea. But Ken, Martina say analyzing Nottingham Forest team no. A team back almost 7 problem. Almost problems near back 7. I want a year baby omu ye week. They be kind. A team omu she goals. Udim says so for match 5 goals. Enye so many players, enye so mun create by goals na nkasa na emba. Omo nye clinical. Chelsea enye the best defensive side in the Premier League. Nemum se uye team na ukoshia Chelsea na untimi nche goals a play advantage for Chelsea. Se yade sanka Nottingham Forest for niche go a unim se Chelsea o metro no ebe sheki ka chromate matret no mo. By when omo nim go ni se e advantage for Chelsea. E team back a set pieces omo tie concede. Goals do e share Nottingham Forest e free set pieces. currently in the Premier League team back onim set pieces goal share Chelsea or match set piece goals in 5 and say another advantage for Chelsea team back who ntimi avoid the individual errors ombeye mistakes say na wetimi as Nottingham Forest bobuku no and to be here skillful players be to say Garnacho Esteban who was a game we mu no make put pressure no on team my friends say Nottingham Forest so Nottingham Forest baby omutosini baby omuye week no ni nyina play advantage for Chelsea bobuku no the Chelsea be here na say Nottingham Forest for an press with omo number 9 so the here say oye Enzo Maresca so omo number 9 na press here just one player against Chelsea 2 center back no so split 2 defenders nim o split 2 defenders ma baby omo ehu omo wingers no now when you use a flying fullbacks to pin team my friend said Nottingham Forest wingers no na Chelsea Nottingham Forest for nam say omo defending narrow no na Chelsea timi nya that spaces e wide area enti game back wa Chelsea fullbacks Chelsea wingers be effective game we mu say game where Chelsea timi share a lot of goals from the wings ken enyem nwa in a worst case scenario a win or draw for Chelsea. I'm expecting Chelsea say enfa hu so mbelusu key players no Chelsea was mutimi konya good results against Nottingham Forest but dia misro kakra na Chelsea away results no na say Chelsea kwa away Premier League go munya results no mo pe no but me expect Chelsea so mbenya good results then Fulham against Arsenal Ken Fulham are on and off this time around to be honest with you one kasa coach why on and off by problem here say obesia big club bia na otimi appear a good strategy to face that big club there all here say Fulham okosia big club bia na ne 4 back who say ne 3 back no beba o make sure say they all pretty as a left wing back and as a left back no ebeko nanim na wetimi allow unless wobi amana buvi aba inside as the +1 in the midfield na fi do make delay with the crosses for the strikers enya dia Fulham for omotaye Marco Silva etaye against big clubs by playing against Arsenal kid tina sinetwe Arsenal team no Arsenal yebo obuku a every approach every style bi ombetimi no waye obetimi no obebo defensive football nya the results obetima beam out control game ne de ope obetima bo counter attacking football obetima bo direct football and the Arsenal team no it seems say in the Premier League opetima the most balancer akoya Arsenal bobuku no and Arsenal for him say omo April League ni say no Liverpool will big game against Manchester United. Entiare ni yen take advantage against Fulham. Na yen sanya that net points. The besi wo Liverpool and Manchester United game ni bia no. Ebetime play advantage for Arsenal. A game back kwa metipo Arsenal. Me di wie na me ko wie e wo Liverpool and Manchester United. Ken. Liverpool the last 3 games against Crystal Palace, against Galatasaray, then against Chelsea. We lose ni nyina. Ba obetime don say so buaka say. The last 3 games we lose ni nyina na Manchester kwose. Untimi found sense ubu.
Say United so Sunderland.
Ana metos. En fa won say Liverpool lose the last 3 games. No betimi do sense ubu aka.
Oh yes, na we lose last 3 na me match me na no ada match ba kwa. Say metimi aka ana.
Ubu sani patena. Emu be 2 pe and benya sa.
Ana United form no gidi na.
Because United entimi nyetima o me trustworthy. Untimi trust United for.
O kwasa ten akwaje 7. Wana J7 o mo coach be no. Ten agada kwaje 7.
Now, only the last time Manchester could win was Liverpool crew. Then 2016 when
Rooney now why be coach no.
Into a grounds back
2016.
Yes, Edney by Ken. Mimi Ruben Amorim na. The me koye ya me konya sa 2-2 draw me the same thing. The okoye ni is simple. On to me ko biem any Liverpool bo. Manchester enye possessive team. Uko Premier League na ukati mo possess here. Manchester nka ho. By the Manchester be here wo game ni me ba akopɛ. Be here defensive solidity. Omunya defensive solidity ne first a. Omo be call direct no ma hit on the break.
So here Sadia na wo Canada just say here Magoa.
Enye personal no crowd
eye ba say personal na ye de omoye.
By structure na the most important thing.
Because defensive stability there say Magoa start.
Obi obesha ase bi obetima bo bi obebo because what a Liverpool team now. Omu leave a lot of spaces in between the lines. So the moment ube nyasa defensive solidity no. Gravenberch ne say open nim copy goals as a defensive midfielder. Soboslai ebe board as the number 10 obe join attack no. McAllister nya ne form no. Enti se unya sa defensive solidity na utimi hit you on transitions uwo kunya, uwo Mbwemu, uwo Amad Diallo, uwo Benjamin Sesko. So every long ball bianu ube locate Benjamin Sesko to pick the high balls. Then a drop here second balls na be kunya.
Seskuni. And Manchester United final training is Seskuni. Now they will see if you call him now. With you on my hope, papa. So we image of hope, Anna.
Image of hope.
No, Mokofa. Your friend is saying, work for player be at the Bejam, Moman, you could call him the name. I don't know the Nasasko.
Training a year, my kid.
Okay.
The reason why I make us an say teams are more possessive brain. Chelsea and Liverpool Koshiano. Only the country at Chelsea BM because they see a teams on possessive a Premier League. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Villa, as Nottingham Forest, and as Spurs. And the Chelsea bet me any Liverpool above BM because they so possessive. Manchester near that type. So the moment I be BM and McGravenbeck money other guys near freedom.
Okay.
By say ultimately side defensive solidity now hit you on the breaker. And when Manchester United their strength, so I'm expecting Manchester United to say, Obebo ne direct attacking football. Direct attacking football is Uti Cunha, Amad Diallo, is Uti Bruno, is Uti Benjamin Sesko. No when you side defensive solidity no. Oh yeah, we Cunha 2-2. So we expecting the same thing. By no cranny die eye bakope. Ye nyam bobo yi. Oh analyze. Liverpool for now no say favorite.
Favorite. Okay. Kwame Dila. Na me hwem bromo ne Milos Kekes. Some bromo chinde bo no fa ho tentem kra. Sa kwa na say pressure kakra won so.
Yeah, true.
Say yes na no omo say wa woni sala ebo bia sala omebo.
Oh munyai sansa.
Mo ankasa no. Na mo baby awadi on some defend. Baby awadi bi on some defend.
I don't get it. And team no lose one on the Sanya man ba.
Say this kana waji. This is kind of doso.
Some more.
Anderson, Brian, Big Imra.
Ken, happy birthday and comma Reynald Smith in Ketsia Yeboah Jr.
Oh, okay.
Smith in Ketsia Yeboah Jr. Reynald, happy birthday. And Awoshi, as well enjoy show no.
Because I know no birthday.
What you say?
Because I know so birthday.
David. Me nim so dun kwawo. And now on cry not say dear.
On Tony Maribimra.
On see a dear sound so kind of.
TV back where they are called repairs, TV no crowd break. Kruma Quabrani to miss what TV could say, on top of
TV will high and top of
TV
call repairs.
Come to say what to 75 inches now say I won't find call repairs over there. Devio, send it.
As sort of
32 there and talk your phone call repairs.
Why? We don't go
32 inches in the other quiet say a pump. Now come my 75 inches I say I'm in quarter of said then I have.
I don't win you so quite no more be mefa.
Hey, every. And I know about every day Jabaku fem baku me.
Okay.
Come
Yanko. Much.
Me quarter for from. Come in just say oh, I say I will talk on what for.
How was she? Okay.
How was she? On Tien Crano on Fambra. Yeah, channel.
Nyake to ho. 85.
What can you open?
Hey, I was all child here. They are watching you. 85 inches. And a big yes, sir. And there's will be the mouth to meet you.
And yeah, Minenia
saw the baby ball.
They can't carry no.
And I was in no, you know, come.
Kenny, share me twas with free, baby. I want to come with I think, sir, and ne a copem Yamia Duma game ni be basono. Ruben Amorim and Snassi on Monkwan. On share Oliver Glasner. Dientia ne 3-4-3 no. Or they are Liverpool in recent times. Liverpool ain't mini Oliver Glasner mobo.
And your Crystal Palace as a club mom. And a tete clubs no. Oliver Glasner my club Crystal Palace. Only a mobile. Then
Crystal Palace. Sibo Timine Paye City for.
Yes, City.
But ne 3-4-3 no it's simi and a short.
Okay.
But what let me show you say. 3-4-3 the last year Okobo 1-1 were Anfield. Community said a year 2-2 and Okobo penalties and Manisha. And now ye or sign it 2-1. That game well, first a late goal nearby, and you might be wrong because in the first half they could have beaten Liverpool by 5. Allison and a save situation. I'm like, Sir Manchester ebeti game no say how to beat Liverpool. They need to analyze Crystal Palace game. Say the same system na yebo, but adan and na Oliver de timi and na slot aye de ni entimi omo. Then we can begin to analyze the game from there. Because what is worrying is say Manchester, Liverpool, so we no air bobola, o me rivals so. E was attention ye bebre chance ni esi wu ni sesi. But the last 14 league games, Manchester Shebako pe embarrassing. We cannot be talking about rival games. Only obi about 14 league games. What Shebako say
14.
It is bad. Into Manchester need to rise. They need to understand how Liverpool. Okay. Crystal Palace or defending against Liverpool about low blocks. Low block no. Obeiti Liverpool for say come and attack me. Now after Oma catch them on a counter break. 2. Only Liverpool bar say pressure the front three no omo press narrow. Very very narrow. The idea is say omo ma Liverpool pass the ball no centrally and come Gravenberch McAllister. Point number 2 no oh yeah Manchester, you are noting all these things. Okay, Michelle Nansay Liverpool recent games. One of those observations so my and say see Virgil van Dijk, Konate, they are used to playing with Alisson in post. Alisson bono or turn right into more pass or more kata when you cranwa or many baby or more botwa Alisson befa bono, and it is communication. They have done that so many years. Say Mamandashvili or your left footer. It's an refuge one of the ball I could turn right.
Na Mamandashvili so far by I won't say.
Oh, and you're bad.
Alisson Praba.
Oh no, you see afe na waba. Me unsa man for misplace. He's okay.
Oh, okay.
He's okay. Liverpool for turn for the future. Inti obefa. Also no left. Inti unpassable not to the right and son on their corner left. Yes sir. A trigger press. It's who understand all these Liverpool factors, sir. That's okay. So what do I do? Because Liverpool problems so when you are free. Number 1, teams are about low blocks. Near minim Ruben Amorim. Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City. Sa famous 4-1 man for can. Sporting Lisbon about 27% of ball possession. Just 27. Sporting Lisbon about shots 9. 6 of them 9 on target. Manchester City about 20 shots. Yeah, 4-1. It is not as if Ruben Amorim cannot do it. He has done that before. Where he gave possession to the opponent. At the end of it, he got the results. Inti me wonsa Amorim no pe control. But my point is that a game one, we share the context of this game. A Liverpool team one, Liverpool lose to Crystal Palace, Galatasaray Arsenal, Chelsea Arsenal. Before the kickoff, na ebia na Arsenal show ebia. So Arsenal sha pressure with Liverpool for so they cannot drop points. Into who the contest of this game, it tells you say a gamer Liverpool cannot afford to drop points. They will come attacking Manchester United. So what do? Baits them. Who baits you or more? You catch them on a counter break. Issue number 2. Who share an slot press conference? And I go for question. What is happening to Liverpool? He kept on saying, he said, Premiership na asesa long balls now do so bebre say teams about throw-ins just say he kept on complaining where can one bear the last 4-5 press conferences and slots they be out complaining Premiership ya say no last season na born that form come say apim no doso. Let me give you a context and I'm acquire who research kakra Ken the research nini 5 key changes I will Premiership after listening to Anna Slot mako hwehwe kyire nie throwings na enkane se ukohwe Stoke City na Dilap ebe to throw out me say Stoke for su Bayern no throwings no aye toko penalty box ni mu no even in 2020 2021 na omoto just 6% and the penalty box ni mu last season omoto 13% and the penalty na say a move from 6% to 13%. This season you do 27%.
I know you asked for a Semenyo. Say Semenyo. Also the Juma Bakuno.
Also the Juma Bakuno.
And ask a team in as well Jumano.
And a Palace of Force
for you. And the teams be I don't know sort of most teams in almost say Premier League no more.
Oh, says you come you be say ampa in the Premiership no assassin. Say we a coach you need to adjust so maka first throwing at you. Say throwing be about Premiership no be a tam towel. Enkane Dilapadia ya complain say etwam no ababio.
Say for the status idea.
Oh, en fan chance no munyina yi. Enye clubs ni nya badodo na aye bi. Palace say ukom wasa o. Towel no so ya catch referees ni say omo yesa munjin free omo nsem ba referees ni yi omo ni. And to say throwings et said you be enya penalty. To say wako Brentford for her onya throwing na to say we nya penalty. No when you jet because only say chance aba. Throwing keku. See say a move from 6% to 13% today 27%.
As a season never been a real neck about something.
Na ko bebre. Ni say o ye team a na unni players a wa o problem. Enu nti say Jeremy Frimpong Liverpool akoto proper right back the aba. O so de ne bebobo.
Otia.
Say Pep Guardiola o so de Rico Luis Berger right back ho. Say obi up height. Okay. Normal set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks near the no. What I say? Say set pieces are dorsal. Pa chain previous years. There also be passes are pass. And also say Premiership are falling.
She say on pass bi.
Yeah, boom. Let me give you a context. Goal kick. From 2010 to last year, Afibia percentage in about from goalkeepers in mobile because ball playing about the ball not to form you pass the ball from the back and to okay. Season way say 51.9% goalkeeper for baller.
God bless him.
Boom. A far baller, munko 2. Premiership. Say throw-ins, goal kicks, set pieces, passes above from everything is changing. Say header goals. See above ball no bidding it here header goals. It increased by 19.8% in the Premiership this season. And go say Mateta mo bobo Benjamin Sesko mo say on say obi a player or so what.
Say what matter omo na ejije omodin.
Aha, say strikers never Premiership. One
Sesko mo
so why you feel Crystal Palace Mateta say Man U was Sesko, Arsenal was Gyökeres, Manchester City was Haaland.
But the almost first strikers are Tintini Akeshe. Once a bomber for Sarboy no. Almost strike a TT. Debbie was almost strike a TT Aketwano.
Yeah. Did escape him? Ivan Nelson. Yeah.
Once or effective pa.
Yeah.
On funny team she go but or effective Unimbobo.
Yeah.
See the South strikers in the free free Premier League no.
See
we are height it is our Guerrero type no. Why remember be more?
Say the Jomo ye ne de. And non tin as say an slots are starting or complaining sir.
So almost say league no.
Almost say
league. Time. Okwa won.
Say Premiership no almost say no. Because they say it's a matter of wow betinya pim. Among for the problems na kwa kwashe Mikel Arteta say. Arteta na
all say we no. League is almost Arteta na say no. But once Arsenal switch me bobo fe pa. Say do time Arsenal dominating football.
Aha. But they do the set pieces so they are or they are ankese for the show because Arsenal back four no. Say left back no or prefer Calafiori danger.
Height. So now same for the say Arsenal set pieces in the bar. During Timbako. Calafiori ko. Gabriel ko.
Saliba
ko. and they are you super bobino. Your friend is saying this boy this Spanish. That be do chrome to me or boy Juma baby.
Mikel Merino.
Honestly a very good one.
Yeah.
And young fan says our 5 way and a 6 way about Bosuma. Untimi.
What problem?
Yes, untimi.
Inti.
It's engine to Miss Arsenal for say almost a Premier League. Because
Meka say the phenomenal Bia Bass say it looks like the rest of the clubs are beginning to follow.
Because they say set piece at the goal bar.
It's just one
and to be an just open plane is a goal bar. Now Arsenal for the goes to be bra. Yenina be. They say Nansa wants a Ghana cry, 7 number. Yes, we are boy. Yeah, Blastasi. Yes, we are boy. Nansa Musa Samuel also be Fabi.
Also to Black Stars again. Say no, and yet we should find solutions to it. And now we bought Maresca press conference. Chelsea Bobolo and Central for kept on asking Maresca about Chelsea corner kicks. How? Chelsea Bobo ask Chelsea about ask Maresca about relevant questions. Almost Bernardo Cueva Chelsea Kofane Bayern and Pampa. Chelsea's last 8 away games. Chelsea has shot 4 corner kicks. Into Chelsea also the corner kicks are kind of one. So it is said and Central for the bar. Questions, you know, set pieces. No more is saying, "What bad them?"
This is an to me, but also Konate and Van Dijk. These are big giants.
He says he needs to adapt. He needs to adapt.
Jeremy Frimpong, the enemy, because Liverpool send your home gamer. Edins or the Beco Palace, or the Beco Brentford, or the Beco Newcastle, or the Beco grounds. And
if they
are Bono,
honestly, and to add to your context, Kurano say Liverpool for both fee near about 80 minutes. Na goal difference near one. Liverpool be in a frame osro. So shut teams are omoye sa throw him kick now sa near noa obey in a frame. But you see, these things are yaking, and as not suggest to me say it is Liverpool's problem. So Manchester United, can they take advantage of it? They need to. Well,
and United is all home team now. And found success could win. I didn't take a pass your magua.
I on anything.
And on some measures on static.
So say delete.
Because delete to form.
Honestly.
See,
delete Lenny Euro and look sure, probably. Yeah. Possibly. You see, may expect say maybe a double chance for Liverpool, hopefully. Ken, not nominate Chelsea game in home. You see, from the 13th of September, the 27th of September, Chelsea went through difficult period. From the game when we bought against Brentford, they thought they were winning. After in the Bayern, a man called Fonseca, they lost to Bayern Munich, they lost to Manchester United, and also Lincoln Bishe Mukakra, and lose to Brighton. But all of a sudden, as a Chelsea momentum no afa and international holidays no abe breaking Chelsea down. See, minimum say we need 100. 90% will say Chelsea is a win against Nottingham Forest. But with the Premiership here, you are always careful about early kickoffs. Nottingham, they are playing very, very bad football. As Postecoglou, Ebiane say nkofo esusu say Olusua they might sack him. Why? Because they are playing bad football. But and also so any guarantees are. You know, you need to be very careful. One of the problems I have with Chelsea is second. It's me more Premiership as at this stage. The highest top scorer for Chelsea, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, 2 defensive midfielders. Any more for the year then. The front 4, they need to start getting goals. The last time I shared statistics of Joao Pedro, I was sad. Joao Pedro ampa. Say the last 5 games, just a short no crown on mo. The last time Joao Pedro scored a goal was 30th of August against Fulham. Wako 8 games. 8 games club for club and country on Shego. Entire warring. Chelsea are playing well. Their last 2 games, they played very, very well. But Chelsea, any more for no, they need to start getting the goals. I'm expecting Chelsea win, but I'm expecting that the front four they need to start scoring goals. Well, Girona and Barca game in the
okay.
They here pa your lineup no. Obiama ne ninko lineup no. Eno Hans Flick try Alejandro Baldi. Ewo left wing which say coach no obre pa injuries no. Enye easy. Players ne prepare Dani Olmo, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Ferran Torres mono. As it is affecting the coach's lineup. Ken. First of all, Barcelona midfield trainer. A possible so remember Marcus Ado a start game because of injuries na AC no. Femi Lopez no possibly e bia no start game from the bench. Obe starting pa. Misusu say enkamema jimu no. Me ya me na me ya Hansia and come born as a front as a false nine instead. Reason is say you see Barcelona will need Marcus Ado, Frankie de Jong as the double pivot. Na ebia Pedri as a 10. Na Fermin Abona because Rashford as a number 9 against Sima a low block. Na I'm not too comfortable kakra because I would always want to see Marcus Rashford from the left. Na or katsi in na onya sa spaces na open. But maybe coach sees otherwise. Feels ebia obetnya ba Alejandro Baldi abo from the left. No Marcus Rashford ejina as number 9. Whichever the rotations may be, Barcelona needs to get the win. Because say Barcelona 2 games they played before the international break no. International break na be boa mo say respite coach ninya. But they need to start building momentum because enche Classico ni beba and you start see Classico ni beba chance no no game is be wa na we winning sa games na the confidence na sanso aba back. I'm expecting a win for Barcelona but the here pan I'm going to see front four arrangements na be here then. Well, Getafe for there one thing we know omumpe possession Bodelas team no one upe okwala lega teams a omum possess ball kra. Getafe, Real Oviedo and Levante. Sang 3 clubs on per possession. 2 about Getafe team. They say one ne buy yellow cast bebre kwa. Omo bono basa. And now no many basa bono. One thing Barca did very very well was to get early goal. Here pa because Getafe one ne bono otifia and manim build the confidence because confidence in the bar or be how it's early goal important. Senye sa na game no travel ko be 45 minutes first half ya bewie no ma Getafe for the build confidence e be ha Madrid because Madrid should be told games are kin e da Real Madrid enim no afei ene ye be hu the Real Jabi Alonso obo Getafe we a obebo Juventus obebo Barcelona we obebo Valencia and some obebo Liverpool. And see, to start with you need a win against Getafe. Well, okay. Madrid game no so should Bellingham ever start say possibly or start here why na echo right wo obe maintaining man stand one. And now so the other goal and a ball because they say ni kwaya me to say Jude no so I fitter number 10 on nebefa. Number he say man stand one on no home back and answer other goal because they say if Jude Bellingham is not playing other goal will take the number 10 position. In also so the lineup is very crucial. We know what the coach wants to do. I'm expecting another win for Real Madrid against Getafe possibly. The rest of the games because of time Arsenal there Fulham for no omunya de na emom omufie they don't lose
Marco Silva
and no never game no ayedin
well in big games papa
big games
okay
Fulham they are struggling in fact omo players no 1 goal ko so they are struggling to get goals but Ken Arsenal no I consider triple City ashebako Liverpool ashebako Newcastle ashebako teams that Arsenal are consider against this Arsenal defense no very very strong.
Alex Iwobi form somewhat Chukwueze Nigeria for so your brothers no youngest game is the commander
Arsenal form no Arsenal
match big Bre na ye wi aye ba aye kotoko game no na ba be bre ma jidi nkomo kakra. Biggie, remo kakra mama.
Can mama shas here from Italy. AS Roma and Inter Milan. A big game this weekend. Na between these two sides there, Senka unya tidina me sure say team I be expect say when never call the man should be Inter Milan. In all honesty. But Inter Milan no have baby omu free from the Simeone Inzaghi time. The kind of team or build there any quality and no more dynasty e wo mu games mono. This season since Christian Kivu take over the performance of Inter Milan Boboko no and Shadan to say na etie which is last season and some seasons ago. But at least coach try the possible best. Obetimi keep up with the kind of standard obeto ye. No abon homode na niema konkan kakan dia mano. AS Roma on the other hand has gotten one of the most experienced managers in the Italian Serie A, Gianpiero Gasperani. Yen nimno when it comes to say yen build the team. Yen shishe team na yen fan compete ewo league mo. He's one of the best. But Gasperani to so adia ba ko one ho say no matter how strong he builds a team, say obey that force obeba ba be league no aya na ye difficult e dia mano nti at Atalanta or build the team na no more compete time bia, but for them to come to that level so mo baba be league no it was a bit difficult. But he did other things with the team na any league yeah, but probably it was one of the best things in the history of Atlanta football, getting the Europa Cup any ade ni nyina no. So as a builder he has always been there for any club or obekum. Ken this time around wakofa Roma boboko no ofa Roma boboko no o hwehwe niema. Now this game a game may be very interesting because two teams no mo baba be shia no the best attacking side Italian Serie A animal versus the best defensive side. Inter Milan and found that niema shedan ko as planned and niema shedan ko said na nipa do na ehwe. But Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A so far has 17 goals Italian Serie A animal. Okwa koshia AS Roma no ne kwa koshia no so concede just 2 goals in the entire Serie A season. And this is a side that defensively omu team ni very strong and omu mienu ne baba beshia. The advantage for Inter Milan and say at the Stadio Olimpico AS Roma home can since 2016 AS Roma boku no and share Inter Milan wo hoda say ye legal say ye game ben on team share no ho. It is all Inter Milan now we took one for such grounds e wo team say baby a wo connect tie favor. So you go with some sort of confidence. But Roma on the other hand last season and so by confident because ni home ni the own team share that is very true. But Otimi ko Inter home ko share 1-0 and it's Inter bar with a lot of the players omugusu ya available no they have it at the back of their mind say if we were able to do it against them home last season this time around we can break that kind of gene baba that one my problem e dey amaye mienu nyina two teams ni mienu nyina set up with a 3-back system. And remember game now interesting. The Biameka say when two styles meet, the one who plays it better gets the upper hand. Enti omu shiano. Wa obeya o niema ye and na obetimi apeke points na niema ko nkan dia ma. AS Roma ebe feel say setting up the team no the 3-back system no Evan Indika who has been solid for them this season throughout their campaign. Gianluca Mancini and then Selic. These 3 players they made Ginechiro on the AS Roma boboko no. Inter Milan also a very strong attack. Lautaro Martinez, the experience and the performance, it has never been in doubt. But problem back when they say, the partner on the bottom in Bia when you comfort when you etimi boni ye pa, which is Marcus Thuram. Can Thuram a prayer when you available, and I know the be creative to Krokaka, and so when you move on, Ediama a team a friendly say Inter Milan, and that is the problem of Mubenya. But in the absence of Marcus Thuram, there is a young boy, Angie Yuan Bosa. Oh, no, so the performance this season. What say he is a good player. Ken, opportunity or misuse, at least he has gotten some sort of goals. 21-year-old. On starting baby was starting only 1 game in the Diama Inter this season. But on 1 goal, or 3 assists. It's anytime he gets the opportunity or tries to be creative as much as to be pressure be chebi. It is only about the partner Lautaro Martinez. Any Lautaro Martinez experience or be controlling Aquadano na niema konkan dia momo. In midfield, so Roma per results there is one player Manu Kone. Was all ye a juma ye pa. Edema Roma Bobo Kono. He's been an engine about the destructive job, but he's always been there for them. Ojilem Finfi want to control games, they demand AS Roma. But Okwa Shia midfield, I consider Enrique Mkhitaryan, Nicolo Barella. These are players are on any day mobile creative trouble and Yama opponent to be on Meshia. Inter Milan, no matter what, still has that kind of quality. So maybe beat any form of opponent on Mekwa. But I feel say AS Roma, that defensive solidity on this season, how good they have been in all their games. I will consider fewer number of goals, and then some are ready to compete for the title. This is the time they would have to prove that kind of point. And imagine say Ultimi now we share a team like Inter Milan, the morale booster. I never play with team, no any coach, any obia. And I feel say Roma this time around, after 16 solid years, and to me, Inter Milan and Olympico. Today they might be breaking that genes. A double chance for AS Roma team, no, possibly a 2-1 win for AS Roma. Ken, moving on. Chelsea in Nottingham Forest game, no. Nottingham Forest more than money yet. No crepa, at the start of the season, and Omunya 1 win. If you want to be pem Sam Ram and say, Omuntimi win a match be a beam. In fact, Coach FN Ange Postecoglou by 7 matches and wabo, Ediama Bobo 7 matches now Bonaken. On Winnie B, while Lucy Makumako 5 and what draw just 2. It's the performance of the coach a bad. Players be a last season, no more very instrumental. Edema Nottingham Forest Bobo Coach Chris Wood. This season, on finding the goal scoring form. Gibbs White and any other players ever honma or moboa, Callum Hudson Odoi. But the more they create, who create the man, the number 9 Obeche goals. No. Number 9 Obeche goals in the school now on find the scoring boots. No. It's a Jumana ding. Aqua ye BB or one of the amount. The performance has been poor. Chelsea, on the other hand, and so you're crippled with a bit of injuries. But at the Abakwa, I mean, Chelsea last 5 matches. Aha Chelsea pa can indiscipline. I am talking about indiscipline because Chelsea last 5 matches, no, emu 3, Chelsea had red cards. Emu 3. It was 1 against Benfica. And a Chelsea Bobo only red card ultimately win. But even with that, na game ne ya baba bepon 90+6 and omunya red card. It was at the dying best of the game. The game against Manchester United at Chelsea Lucy. Omu the red card. Omu goalkeeper Robert Sanchez in the 5th minute. It was too early for any team to over settle a game, so could do red cards at time now. It was one of the reasons they affected Chelsea Bobo. Manchester United now 2 early goals. When you have 2 goals, United into the red card no. I be a penal. Chelsea came into the game. Into clearly. The catcher me say Chelsea had discipline no man this red card no. Nan kebe den the Manchester United so be Chelsea Bobo no. Into the red card affected the Chelsea performance. Chelsea be ball Brighton. Or Brighton no. Chelsea signed the red card biom in the first half. Now Chelsea ashabako. Almost controlling game in the first half no. First half Chelsea ball possession 70%. Emma Brighton ball just 30. After the first half, 53rd minutes, and a Chelsea Coco D red card. Chelsea did our red card in the rear, you know. And a Brighton a bad game anymore. And in the second half, ball possession, Brighton ball 53, and a Chelsea ball 47. And clearly, Chelsea are not so dominant in the first half. And now I show 1-0. Compare the 53rd minute over the red card, no. Or the red card new year, no. Brighton are back in the game. Ebe control game, no. Ebe take, no. Essential change me look at home. And my Brighton be winning 3-1. And the idea back what I had Chelsea this time around has been in discipline. Red card somebody.
No, the red card, na.
So we
say, Enzo Maresca be say, almost start almost get used to. Is it one chrome almost share training with 11 with 10?
Say
training with 10.
Who your coach? Now with team no I crippled with injuries idea back what say we say obesa avoid these red cards and also unnecessary cards e pray how omo nim bomba no mo betimi save with team nso so ya no makwa di red card the last time it was Robert Sanchez against United. Against Brighton it was Trevoh Chalobah, Chelsea's best central defender this season. And now you're back or you're available. He has to talk to the players. Said you be ya. Omo nkonko di unnecessary cards because I out akasa atimbi. Na sa asem no eno nti na medi Chelsea nkomo we. Say red card wo football mu say bibia. U game plan, u system, u formation, u bibia. It is the Chelsea making sure so mo be stay disciplined.
no mun konko di red card unnecessarily. I feel say for Nottingham Forest and for only baby omodano and yes side be a bit me ababa be Chelsea boko no. I will go for a win for the Chelsea club. Now Manchester City and Everton. Canada ba kwa e was a Premier League no mo hwe no mo dwene ho biem. No mo rescinded that decision. A player okobolo na Oceani Parents Club.
I know Emma was so many akwajitum da nyene. Omo ntime nsesa no.
E was almost sesa.
Cause Zenka Jack Grealish twon
Jack Grealish form now.
Twon so.
He is Everton's best player.
O ya wa mini omo.
Papa. Or your Everton best player this season.
Papa so tinche no omo boni bi.
Of course. Pepe ni beji because me be shiao. Now best player nya available a. Advantage at the moment. There are other players who work quality, like Liman Ndiaye, super player, one of the best attacking midfielders who Premier League the performance and it was through.
This season or no Anthony, only two players be a dream almost.
Yes,
that boy Anthony.
Yes,
yeah,
and Liman Ndiaye, Liman Ndiaye performance and it was through, and such a player I will hold him there. But the absence of Jack Grealish, if you are looking at the contribution, 7 matches no more bono. He's played 6 and all started. I think the first game one started, he came from the bench. But from there, opportunity he's made it count. 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 goal contribution for such a player. And Onya available. And from Everton, no. Manchester City won the problems. The absence of Rodri. But I feel say one thing I was a Pep Guardiola at this stage. What team are dealing with because Rodri a year fit here consistent for Manchester City. There is Nico Gonzalez or Baba Jinem now boy Juma. The danger man for the Manchester City team now Jeremy Doku. If you want to stop Manchester City, make sure you are stopping Doku.
Who's the Doku, Papa?
Ken, he's doing very well this season.
How much in decision making?
Decision making not a problem. Still now he has to work on that. Goals in them but at least he's giving assist for the Manchester City team or treating we no and shame or contributing to the goal scoring form of the Manchester City team. Ellen Brot Haaland, James Tarkowski, and Michael Kane. Kane this season for club, for country. The only match Haaland and she go against Tottenham. Match be our this season be our go.
Obviously she go be. Say Europe say on a hurricane.
Match be a Haaland double beer. He has 9 goals in the Premier League with 1 assist from matches I able so far. The only game I want to go against
and no cross so the best start.
Debbie.
This is in crochet then you started the open.
So best stopping on and I problem. Omo mu be gina mfimfin honom. Kenan Drisbury Hall. No many other players, James Garner, Everton because if you're able to stop the ball from transiting from the midfield, echo striker no man, striker no own your balls in the emmo. But Haaland to share the this season. So last season in the previous seasons, he has always been a station number 9. But this season, most of the time, born in Haaland to be benfin. No about the football, no initiate attack. He's one player or a ball keeper to speed power. Initiate attack, we are no organic. No train ball no and stopping him has been a problem for teams this season. And I believe say the quality there can a bad thing so be beating me stopping. I'll go for a 3-1 win for the Manchester City team. They have the quality to beat Everton on any day, Ken.
3-1 City against Everton. And no Biggie, Mamin Samra, I mean, Komoka Cressia, Yabafie, Emery Sebira Santikoro come straight.